have this absolutely adorable project to share with you guys today. This is a file folder with dividers in it, and I made this using Sabrina Ann's tutorial. I will link it below. She has a couple different tutorials, one with 12 by 12 paper, one with 8.5 by 11 paper. They're both extremely well done, and she does a great demonstration. So I did do a few things differently, and it's completely just personal preference. So I will talk about those things as I go through it. But other than the things I mentioned, I used her dimensions and everything else that she did. So to start, this is a piece of 12 by 12 Webster's Pages paper.
Hey guys, I grabbed this out of the garbage really quick. This is a Webster's Pages piece of paper, and it is from the Painted Passport collection, and this piece in particular is called Beauty Backdrops. And this paper, I picked up the collection at Hobby Lobby. It comes in the 12 by 12 cellophane packs that's hanging up.
The first thing that I did differently was I used a button closure instead of a paper closure. And in order to support actually sewing the button on there, I reinforced the back by putting underneath this circle is another circle that I glued to the paper. I then sewed the button on and then put another circle over the top of that to just hide the stitching. So, and here is the cute inside with the little dividers, so I'll talk about all of that. But as far as the outside goes, another thing that I did differently, instead of just putting 2 score lines on the top, I put several score lines so that you would get this rounded little effect there. And how I did that was I put the original 2 score lines on. I had made the entire folder, and then at the end I decided to do that. So I basically just laid it back in my scoreboard and put in the additional lines. And let's see what else. Oh, the trim. This is some elastic trim from Hobby Lobby. And instead of tying knots inside these little eyelets, I actually used score tape to just hold down sections on the inside. And let me see if I can. So there you go. You can see the ribbon. I just wanted it to kind of lay flat in there. And the score tape, at least with this trim, holds it really, really securely. So that's not going anywhere. And then as far as the inside goes, I had recently picked up these stitched divider dies, and I think I'm not even going to say who they're by. I will put the comment in here with who these are by. You get 3 of them, and I made my dividers taller, so I made mine about 3 3/4 inches. They don't go all the way to the bottom, but they go almost to the bottom. But I wanted the little dividers to stick up a little bit more than the dividers that you'll see in the tutorial. So I cut them 3 3/4, and then just on the very edge used these little stitch divider dies. And so you have 5 pockets in there. This is, the total dimensions is 6 by about 4.5, 4 1/4 when after having this rounded. And then one other thing that I did differently that just worked a little better for me is it gets a little tricky adhering your accordion sides in here and the dividers. So what I did was I put score tape on the front and back of my accordion on both sides. It didn't peel the cover off the tape yet. And then I put score tape on all of the dividers on each side. So I had that all ready to go. And then I pulled the release from the tape from the back sides of the accordions, and so I attached the accordions first to the back. And then what I did is I started with my back divider. sorry for the shadow. I started with the back divider and I pulled the tape and put one side in and held the accordion closed, and then I pulled the tape off of the other side of the divider, put that in its little slot, and then pushed that side of the accordion closed. And what I found that just helped to do is keep the bowing to a minimum. With your dividers, it just helped keep them kind of flat, and then I just moved forward and did each one in sequence there. And then when I got to the front, I pulled the release for the front side of the accordion and then closed my file folder. I hope that makes sense. You'll find your own way of doing it. There's a lot of different ways of doing that. Some people put all of the pieces in first and then do the other side. So whatever works for you, but the dimensions and just the way that this whole thing comes together, I just absolutely love. So here is my conundrum. I cannot decide. This is going to a friend of mine, which I'm filling with some little gifts, and I cannot decide if I want to embellish this or not. What do you guys think? Embellishments or no embellishments? I absolutely love this piece of paper, so I'm thinking if I do any embellishments, it might just be a couple of enamel dots. I am just having a hard time putting anything on this. I absolutely love the way it came out and how beautiful this paper is. So leave a comment below. Let me know what you guys think. And check out the tutorial. Again, I'll link that below. And you guys have a super great day. Bye-bye.